I have been an artist my entire life. When I was younger, I would draw every chance I had. Eventually I took an art class where I learned how to draw detailed creatures with colored pencils and watercolors. I even tried using pastels and charcoal, which I didn't take to. Mostly I drew and painted animals, a lot of which were aquatic. My favorite thing to draw was marine organisms. Art became an escape for me, a way to escape the daily grind. The brush and pencil strokes were soothing, allowing me to forget about the worries and troubles of my life. But eventually, I lost my motivation to continue drawing and painting. I didn't enjoy my art class anymore, and I decided to stop going. I went through a phase of my life where I didn't find any joy in creating artwork. Then, a few years later, my mother discovered a different type of art that piqued my interest: model painting. I would paint little plastic miniatures and then use them to play a tabletop game. The game was called Warhammer. The goal of the game was to capture all the objectives with the models you painted. I realized that I was able to use both the creative and strategic sides of my brain with Warhammer. I fell in love with both the painting and play style of the game. I would go down to the Warhammer store every weekend to either paint or play. I entered all of the painting competitions and attended all their events. But I started to lose interest in Warhammer just like I lost interest in my art classes. I started going to the store less and less, then I had stopped going entirely. I didn't even paint the models at home anymore. I had burned out again. I decided to try drawing again, this time with pencils. Not colored pencils, but regular black and white pencils. I had never drawn faces before, but I decided to try. I would start by creating the outline before shading the facial features. I enjoyed watching how the face came to life while I shaded with my pencil. I drew whenever I had the chance, even at school. But, just like the other forms of art though, I started to lose interest. I couldn't figure out why I kept getting bored with the things I used to love. Was I not a fan of art? Did I not have the drive? Maybe I just didn't find the right style or medium. I realized it wasn't because I didn't like the art or didn't have the drive to focus. I was just growing and changing into a different person than I was before. At different points in my life, I might have lost interest in certain types of art, but I've always loved the concept of it. I learned that I will always love art, even if the art style or subject matter changes. Shoutouts, Mr. Thomas, thank you for your hilarious commentary and elaborate stories. Miss Donahoe, I don't know where you are, but thank you for making all your classes fun and understandable. I wish I had you as a teacher this year. Mr. Hollinger, thank you for taking over our apes class so we might actually learn something this year. Mr. Tomlinson, thank you for teaching me math when I had no idea how to do it. Maria, thank you for all your confusing conversations and extreme cringiness. I will miss hanging out with you in college. Robbie, I will miss creating jewelry and shopping for gems together. School won't be the same without you. Cypress, thank you for always sharing your embarrassing but hilarious stories. Lunch won't be the same without your interesting comments. Jared, I'm going to miss your dark humor and clever jokes. I'm sorry for almost killing you during pretty much every lunch. Maddie, thank you, I guess, for the weird discussions that I won't be able to forget no matter how much I want to. James, I'm going to miss playing Apex and Overwatch with you in college. Good luck writing the best mythology book since Percy Jackson. Jake, thank you for the long discussions about the most random topics. I know we will stay in touch when we were off to college. I can't wait to see you apply for a Space Force job because I know that's where you'll end up. Mom, thank you for supporting me in everything that I do. It's going to be strange not having you around to talk to. I love you. And we're going to have to continue our Wordle competitions when I go off to college. Dad, I know you couldn't make it, but thank you for teaching me your life lessons, how to drive, and showing me all these movies I've never heard of. I'm going to miss you when I'm off in college. I love you. Thanks.